I'm not going to scream. I'm just going to let the charts show you our theory and opinion that will happen. Not too far out in the distance now. Hello everyone, hope you guys are having an amazing day. XRP is around $2.29. Bitcoin is still hovering around this price. Again, we need to keep pumping, guys, right? Because if we don't, everything will go to zero. I'm telling you, that's our theory here, right? And I think we just got confirmed by MEXC. Bitcoin is going to zero. Ethereum is going to zero, quote unquote zero. It's gonna get close enough for it to be considered zero, guys. And this just happened now. Guess what just happened again? Bitcoin in the last, this happened 15 minutes ago, guys, right? I'm monitoring. Look at this. It happened again. This time it went to, okay, so remember last time this happened, I think it was like days ago, right? Last time it went to 0.2 cents, I believe, 0.02 cents or something, guys. This time it went to 0.1, basically close enough to zero, literally, right? This just happened again. Something seems odd. Now, obviously, this is a like a glitch, right, on TradingView for MEXC, but it happened on Ethereum as well, just now, guys, right? Look at this. In the past couple hours, it happened to ETH as well, and Ethereum went down to literally zero. It didn't even go to a penny or nothing like that, guys. It literally hit zero. That's what you call death, right? Again, I feel like this is like a warning, right? A foreshadowing. I know everyone is excited out there, but this is flying under the radar, and this is happening. It didn't happen any other time. Listen very carefully, and please think about this. This issue that's occurring on the chart, not the exchange itself, but the chart, right, which is painting a glitch in the system or something like that, guys, to show this result. This didn't happen months ago, right? Or during the tariff phase. This is happening when everyone is excited and prices are moving higher. That's a little bit odd. Now, you know, it piqued my interest because, wait, I searched for XRP. XRP is not seeing the same results, guys, as Ethereum or Bitcoin, right? Look at this. Nothing. Does not show anything. Okay, you may be wondering, well, you may be on a different chart. No. XRP USD. Go to MEXC, the MEXC exchange, guys. Down, let's see if I can find it. Right, that's the same thing. That's the exchange I'm on, or the same chart I'm on right now. Let's see if I can find another one. Right here, USDC, nothing. It doesn't show anything for XRP, guys. Right? Found out something even more strange. These pairs, by the way, Bitcoin versus Bitcoin USDT, right? Perpetual futures. What is it? It's paired with Tether. Bitcoin pairing with Tether, same as Ethereum USDT, which tells me the way we will see this appear one day on the charts is by USDT collapsing, because USDT is mainly propping up Bitcoin, right, as we know, and then comes second place is Ethereum, where the money floods into. For XRP, it does not. That's why I guess there isn't no glitch here, right? Look at this. XRP USDT, go to the MEXC exchange, right? Look at this. Nothing. That's for spot, XRP USDT, and for perpetuals, leverage, because that for leverage it was happening right here, guys. Nothing. Same, right? It's all the same chart. But for XRP, it doesn't show that. Why? Someone else pointed out it happened on Chainlink as well the other day, right? Let's go to the perpetuals, because it seems like it's been happening on that. No, I'm not sure, guys, but someone did point out it happened on Chainlink as well, which is odd, right? I don't know, but no one is talking about this, guys, right? Now, our theory stated from like years ago. I remember in 2020, 2021, we were talking about this to full detail. When the collapse occurs, it will only happen during the collapse. What falls? What collapses on itself? Bitcoin does, okay? But there will be an equivalent exchange, which the money will flow from Bitcoin to XRP, and that's why it will rise. right? We know this to be, I guess, a fact. Not, it's gonna happen, guys. This is why the red alerts told us 4 digits or a very high chance that XRP will go crazy, right? To like crazy heights. Now, guys, there's fun part of XRP in the XRP community. Now, this is quite interesting. What price? 8,000 perhaps? Even if you are 1 in a million, there's about 8,000 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gold coins or stacks of coins. My New Year's resolution is 8k UHD. 8,000. This is all predictive programming. 4 digits, 5 digits right here, right? I think, guys, I mean, what are the chances? Another thing is that, have we ever seen XRP flash crashing to 0, right, by a glitch? I think it only happened once before, but XRP, majority of glitches, it always has went up to 4 or 5 digits. Whenever Bitcoin glitches, it literally always goes to 0. Why is that the case? And then add Ethereum into the same pot of ingredients, right? Then comes the issue. Hey, this quantum computers could crack Bitcoin, says Michael Saylor. Maybe in 10 to 20 years, by then Bitcoin will just upgrade like everything else, he concluded, right? I wonder if that event were to occur one day, what will be the narrative attached to it? I'm guessing it's gonna be Satoshi Nakamoto will play like a 90% role in that painting of Bitcoin flash crashing to quote unquote 0. Okay, why? Satoshi, a holder of XRP, sells his Bitcoin, floods it into XRP because there is a what? There's an XRP versus Bitcoin pairing. Okay, that's this right here. Think about it. If Satoshi were to sell all his Bitcoin, right, and there isn't liquidity on the markets, if he sells everything, it's gonna literally flash crash it to 0. I'm not kidding. Okay, so it is possible. Now, which will be the greatest black swan event known to mankind. If that were to happen, what will Satoshi do? Will he sell it to USDT? False, because that's what they created in the first place, right? It's probably going to implode with Bitcoin when it does. What about USDC? There's like a 50-50. I'm not quite sure about USDC. But maybe the highest chance of a stablecoin, if he does convert it to a stablecoin, it will be RLUSD, okay? Which will literally explode the XRPL ecosystem, right? If it can even handle it. Or could it be to what? Which will be the simplest out of them all. This is why I believe this will happen, right? This is why BG123 showed that picture, which was this right here, guys. It flows into XRP, okay? Bitcoin and the USD dollars. Bitcoin and dollar flows into XRP. How that's possible? Because when he converts it, guys, all he needs to do is sell his Bitcoin, right, on this pairing, and it will convert to XRP, right, seamlessly. It will happen instantly, right? And then obviously this will dramatically shoot up insanely crazy, right? But let's see what Michael Saylor says right here about Bitcoin.
Quantum computing at some point could break the algorithm for Bitcoin? Are there countermeasures that they could be put in? You probably understand what I'm asking you. Do you worry about that? You look like you slept okay. You look like you slept okay last night.
It's mainly marketing by people that want to sell you the next quantum yo-yo token. But look, Google and Microsoft aren't going to sell you a quantum computer that cracks modern cryptography because it would destroy Google and Microsoft and the U.S. government and the banking system.
That's interesting. He says it will destroy everything. But what if someone else pointed out, what if that is the Black Swan event? If it destroys everything, doesn't that pertain to the collapse? You may be wondering or asking. Interesting, Michael Saylor. Thank you. Because if it does destroy everything, that's what the collapse is all about. Destroying every system.
And at some point, I don't think it's this year, next year, in the next 5 years, but sometime 10, 20 years out, if there's a hyper-powerful computer that threatens modern cryptography, the answer is Bitcoin network hardware upgrades, Bitcoin network software upgrades, just like Microsoft, Google, the U.S. government upgrade all their messaging and banking applications. The key for everybody is Bitcoin's a protocol like the English language and base 10 math. When the quantum computer breaks your calculator and breaks your messaging app, you're not learning base 16 math and you're not going to switch to a different language. You're just going to upgrade your software. And Bitcoin's a monetary protocol. We're just going to upgrade the software, Joe.
Wow, because there are people that that throw that around that know, actually they know less than I do, I think. But so there are countermeasures to deal with that.
You know, if I wanted to hack your Bitcoin, I'd send you an email saying a quantum computer can hack your Bitcoin. Click on the link to upgrade now, and then I'd steal your Bitcoin. It's 10,000 times more likely I'm phishing you than there is a threat. So no, I'm not worried about it. Bitcoin's a protocol. The software gets upgraded every year. The hardware is being upgraded continuously, and it's the hardest thing in the universe to hack. They will hack your banking system, your Google account, your Microsoft account, and every other asset you have, much sooner because they're an order of magnitude weaker.
Which makes sense, guys, okay? So 10 to 20 years, that's why, unless it's a black swan, a quantum computing black swan event, I don't think that this will be the narrative to collapse Bitcoin or any of these crypto assets. It will be Satoshi Nakamoto selling his Bitcoin, which will flash crash everything, especially Tether, right? It's all paired with Tether. Even XRP may take a hit, but it won't. You know why? Because that conversion, if Satoshi Nakamoto converts his Bitcoin to USDC or RLUSD, XRP on the USD pairing will take a massive dive because it's paired with USDT. Okay. Now, if he converts it to XRP, it's not going to take a hit at all. It's actually massively going to explode, right? Because he's price protecting XRP from dying. This is interesting. Do you notice how these various companies around the world are adopting the XRP ledger to use it as opposed to just hoarding the token? That's fascinating he says this because I didn't really think about this. Coming back to Bitcoin, your time has come. Why? Institutions are just grabbing and hoarding Bitcoin as much as possible. Are they really building on top of the Bitcoin blockchain? Most likely no. The answer is simply no. Why? Maybe it's not updated like how XRPL is. Not only are institutions or banks or these ETFs trying to gobble up XRP, right, the main asset and hold it, but as well they're building on top of the XRP ledger. That's like a two birds with one stone type of situation here. But then if this theory does come out to play, right? It's the most craziest theory known to mankind, but we talked about this for years now. It will match this idea as well. Ripple is completely committed to what we could do to make XRP the most trusted, which will be a check mark if what we talked about plays out. Most useful, check mark, but the most interesting is the most liquid asset in the world. Their goal is to make XRP the most liquid asset. So the most liquid, being liquid has its advantages and disadvantages. Reason being, if you want to prop up your coin, you want it to be illiquid, so you could pump it easier, right? There isn't going to be much selling pressure on the market. But if it's the most liquid, buying the asset won't even pump it a little bit. That's where I'm confused about, because again, that's what the banks want though, right? When XRP is at 4 or 5 digits, would they want a lot of volatility attached to XRP's price? Probably not if they're sending XRP throughout 24/7 simultaneously. Dun dun dun. Interesting. What I realized is that Binance 200 million, Coinbase 100, so like 300 million total pumped XRP by 10 cents, right? Millions of dollars, like $5 million, would barely touch XRP to pump. You know what $5 million would do to XRP's price? It will bring upon, let's see what kind of candle here. It will bring upon, like this candle right here, guys. That's what $5 million will do, right? I don't know if it's the same as spot buying or leverage, but again, when they release this asset, right? When there's no more pressure of holding it down like a beach ball, it's gonna explode. I'm telling you, I feel like this is the case. The fountain for today's video. Well, it looks we are at the point of no return. Welcome to your new timeline from Vincent Kennedy. There it is. What do we think? Very fishy. I know nobody's talking about this, but we are, and we definitely will keep up to date with this. TradingView, Fix, Mexi, the exchange, because what's going on there? Not financial advice. But anyways, so face, guys. See ya.